What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck? Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Welcome to Hunt the Week.
Hello everyone and welcome into the show. Welcome on in, each and every one of you job select heroes out there. Where are my heroes at? And why are you selecting so many jobs? Pick a career. Pick a path. Okay? Stick with it. Grind those skills. Get better. You need 5,000 hours in your craft before you're good at it. You shouldn't be selecting so many different jobs. You're going to have a hard time focusing on one and being really good at it. And I think that's something you got to work on. But I still welcome you into the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome in to Hunt the Week. It is your weekly Magic the Gathering podcast about the Sealed Arena Gauntlet League that we know, love, and play in. This is Final Fantasy League Week 1 in the books. We're doing it. We're loving it. We're having a good time. I am your host with the most, your Don John DeMarco, your Goku or go home, the Pride of Mardu. I am a 5-time. Ring the GD bell. We made it, baby. 5-time top 8er, 2-time league winner, 1-time I made top 8 in Playground League, and we got to listen to Kevin Ikene's special song about it that I haven't listened to until right now. Let's hear this song.
Low light, cards drawn, dust in the air from the war that's gone. You've been ghosting top 8 for a while, but I see it, that fire, that John P. smile. Strixhaven shadows, secrets in play, bricks and streams where the hopeful stay. From the playground to the graveyard moon, you're on Game Mountain, maybe too soon. You're close to the crown, you feel the sound, echoes of winds that never drown. Neon lights and cabana streets. Tonight you rise, tonight you beat. The silence, the doubters, the whispered tone. John P's wash, better leave it alone. But this deck's tight, this heart's your own, and the gauntlet's calling you home. Familiar sleeps, but a different game. Dominaria winds still speak your name. Flashback nights and blitz regrets. Still you shuffle with no second guess. 2-time king, 4 times near. But legends are born from the edge of fear. Goku or go home, but not tonight. You're staying to swing, you ready to fight. You're close to the crown, can you feel the sound? Echoes of winds that never drown. Neon lights and cabana streets. Tonight you rise, tonight you beat. The silence, the doubters, the whispered tone. John P's done, but you prove them wrong. With a top deck twist and a neon song, the underdog's been strong all along. Flash of steel, spirit clean, hope on curve, you still believe. Blood tokens, soul burns, all it takes is one good turn. You're not a maybe, you're the storm that stayed. A hero in exile, now center stage. So if the playground breaks, let the skyline shake. John P's coming to take the crown.
God damn, I love me some Kevin Ikene 1993. Get yourself someone who will write you songs talking about how great you are to pump you up. I love it, Kevin. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I laughed so many times listening to it. So good. Thank you, Kevin. You're the best. And thank you for Gix's command, which helped me get there. But we're not talking about Playground League. I mean, maybe a little bit. But we're going to talk mostly about Final Fantasy League. Let's go ahead and let's defy destiny.
Perhaps 7 seconds till the end. Let us defy destiny.
That's right. As I record, this is your Final Fantasy Top 8. 1 standings. I don't got to split them up. I guess it does go down to Do we go down to top 16, or are we just tied that far down right now? Yeah, we're kind of... No, we're going down to top 16. So I guess we're saying top 16 here on the show, which is going to be a lot. Number 1, Travis C., Random Dropper, 5-0, got the 5-0 on the week. Adam S., Wisma, 5-0, got the 5-0 on the week. Adam S. has been crushing it. Holy shit. Christopher G. Oompa Loompa, 5-0, 5-0 on the week. Vincent L. Tanathanos, 5-0, 5-0 on the week. Johnny M. Johnny, 5-0, 5-0 on the week. Chris D. Stereolab, 5-0, 5-0 on the week. Sawyer T. Soy Boy, 5-0 on the week. Joseph S. Not Sham, congrats, man. 5-0 on the week. Seaver M. Seaver, 4-1. Wei C. Azayaka, 4-1. Yaron B. Personification, 4-1. And Tony G. Tony L. 4-1. Bob P. Hit, 4-1. Harold V. Harold 42, 4-1. Josp E. Phony, 4-1. Matt P. Hyodin, 4-1. Wow, going all the way down that far. Final Fantasy League, we're in it. How did I do? I didn't do great. I went 2-3. Honestly, I've been really struggling in Final Fantasy drafts. I've been doing a ton of them. I keep doing them. I'm doing not good. There's something about the format that is not clicking with me. A lot of 03s. Way too many 03s for me. For Goku. For your boy. Not that I'm necessarily translating them to the League. I do think League is a different animal. I like my League deck. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. I really like the mechanic. The mechanic is great. It makes losing fun. It's fun to lose. I'm changing my slots to be different colors. I'm going Magic, not because I want Dragons of Tarkir, which seems to be everyone saying, yeah, Dragons is busted. I don't care about the Dragons cards. I do not care about that at all. I don't really care about any of the sets. I care about the slots. I am looking for that big spell slot, and I got to go Magic to get it, and then I'm rushing that extra rare right after big spell. Big spells, extra rares. I'm going for quality over quantity. I've tried the quantity thing in leagues where you just max out as many cards, as many packs as you can. I think I've learned it's better just to spike the power. Try to spike the power as much as you can. That's what's more important. You're going to have 1,000,000 cards at the end. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many cards you have. You want to have strong, powerful cards that make a difference. And we're starting down, 2-3. That's worse than I did any single week of Playground League. So this may not be my league. We'll see how it goes. But again, I love the mechanic. I love the design. I love what's going on. I think it's really cool. I think it's great. And, of course, Kevin Iconine, 1993 does. He gave me a song about it. You can't just... that's the thing. Kevin just gives me songs all the time now. And it's just the frickin' best, man. I can't... It just warms my heart, makes my show better. And every time he sends me one, man, I laugh and I smile. Here's a song of the week from Kevin Iconine, 1990.
I started out low, just some commons in hand, but I shuffled my fade with a comeback plan. Dropped a point in HP, now I'm bloom bro tough. Got red hearts beating, yeah, take the rough. Or maybe it's magic with dragons to cast. Darker skies burning and spells flying fast. Each loss is a lesson of badge I wear. I'm building this deck with a hero's flair. Level up when the going gets rough. I pick a new path and I call their bluff. Level up from the swamp to the skies. I tweak my deck and I strategize. Level up, got a stat to choose. I ain't afraid of a game to lose. Level up, got a match to show. It's a Final Fantasy in a magic show. I'm sneaking through Duskmorn with the rogue's old grin, surveilling the board like a shadow in the wind. Speed's my game, I drift and slide. Aether drift boots taking me for a ride. Strength from the ground like foundation stone, dropping towns and rares like I'm in my zone. From every loss I rebuild the tale. Now my pool's fire with a mythic bond. Level up when the going gets rough. I pick a new path and I call their bluff. Level up from the swamp to the skies. I tweak my deck and I strategize. Level up, got a stat to choose. I ain't afraid of a game to lose. Level up, got a match much to show. It's a final fantasy in a magic show. Every loss is XP, friend. Every modification a destiny. And every old card I play, well, that's just more story for me. Oh, level up, yeah, rise from the fall with a banjo beat and a battle call. Level up, feel the magic burn. I take my hits and then I return. Level up, ain't no shame in defeat. Just shuffle again and stay on your feet. Level up, next round I'll shine. It's XP, baby, and the win is mine.
Thanks, Kevin. I love it so much. And, of course, we have our top eights finalized from Playground League. Let's go through those really quickly. These are of course, we had two different, team homerooms, home 1A and 1B. 1A, DeWitt Casey, the Octopus, 12-3. Lot P. Lot, 11-4. Steve T. Strout, 11-4. Nick S. Najisi, 10-5. Paul G. The Dragon, 10-5. Christopher G. Umpalupa, 10-5. John P. Go Cougar, Go Home, 10-5. And Miranda L. Black Canary, 10-5. And in 2B, it was Adam S. Wisma, Caleb G. Why Not, Matthew H. Almost, Cole D. Cole, Maxime R. Tassiger, M&F Sepultura, Cameron B. King Egbert, Enrique O. Cakes. Both Mega Drafts, I believe, are scheduled to be played this Sunday coming up. Get excited. Get ready. Sunday, you got 2 Mega Drafts to try and watch. And I'm playing in one. I haven't played a Mega Draft in a long time. Have a decent Mega Draft record. I've about half the time I convert, and every time I don't convert, I make it to the finals. So I've done pretty well for myself in the Mega Drafts. We'll see. We'll see about this one. Competition is stiff. These are a lot of great players, people that I normally wouldn't want to play throughout a league, and I got to make my way through this gauntlet as they all do themselves. But it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. We're playing all the sets that we got to pick in Playground League, and they were great sets. So I'm excited to do this draft. This looks like it's going to be a really, really fun one. But that's not all that's going on. We got Final Fantasy League. We got to talk to someone about it. Come with me and join me as we ride a chocobo together. That's right. This week, I'm talking to one of the best, man. I want to get Johnny on every other week. Like, I swear, like once a month, I think, man, I should get Johnny on for this reason. And then it's like, well, no, I can't because he either came on recently or I know he's going to be on soon or someone else has to come on for whatever reason, right? Like, Johnny could come on indefinitely. Dude's so amazing, so smart, loves the game, great player. I really can't say enough nice things about Johnny, not just as a person, as a player, as a community member, past league designer. He really is the best. I say that about a lot of people, and like, Johnny's he's the best, man. He really is. So happy that I got to get him on, and happy that he's doing well, right? Congrats to you, Johnny. Go ahead and listen to my interview with Johnny now. All right, everyone, join me this week as we ride a chocobo together with none other than Johnny M, a.k.a. Johnny. Welcome to the show.
Hey, John. Thanks for having me.
Johnny, pleasure. I'm so happy to get you on. You're one of my favorite guests, one of my favorite people. I can't wait to talk to you. And let's just start. Yeah, let's start right off. We're not asking you when you started playing Magic. You've been on the show a million times. If you want to hear all of Johnny's questions, go through the archive. They're there.
Am I a 4-time guest now? Something like maybe 5?
I say 4 or 5, probably. Yeah. I mean, I know you came on for Mount Rushmore. You've come on for a couple wins. You've come on for some Player of the Year stuff. You come on just for being you. You know,
league reviews, previews, maybe.
Yep. Yeah, you came on after MKM. I remember that. That was a great time. But you're on for Final Fantasy. You're back on top 5-0. Congratulations, starting strong. How does it feel, and what's helping you do it, Johnny?
Yeah, feels good. I was like a strong start to a league. Um, when I looked at my starting pool, I was not impressed.
Really?
But I think maybe a lot of people are in the same boat because of the new starting pools we have that
Mhm.
are kind of nerfed. And so, things are better than they look because it's relative to everyone else's pool. So yeah, no, just ripped out 5 wins. Felt good. Was on top of the standings
Yeah.
at first. I think now I'm in like the middle of the 5-0s. Still in the top 8. I think there's it's pretty crowded up there.
Yeah, it is. Well, top 16 is what you want this league, right? Like, is there a differential between 1 and 8 and 9 and 16?
Yeah, I think it's just top 16 now.
Yeah.
So you don't got to win another 25 or another 15 matches or at least.
Yeah, it's fine. You're fine. You got this.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, starting with 5-0 gives you a lot of buffer. So
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is you're starting strong. You're doing what you need to do, and there's a lot of new things here, right? It is these new starting pools that aren't packs, and it is this not top 8, top 16, right? Like we're doing a lot of new things this league. How do you feel about the new starting pools versus the play booster ones?
yeah, I like it a lot. For me, League is really much about the growth of your deck
Mhm.
and starting with like your wooden sword and no
Yeah.
shield and no hook shot or anything. And then as you progress, you get a better sword and a wooden shield and a leather tunic. And but if starting pools are strong, you don't really experience that. And so
Yeah.
bringing them back, powering them way down, I think is great.
Yeah, I think it's working out really well. I mean, no one has that, 10, 12, 15 rare mythic starting pool where you just go, man, I don't want to play that guy. He's got 5 board wipes already. Like, uh, we're all starting, like you said, it's a lot of commons and uncommons. It's making the deck work. And the mechanic here, I love it. When you lose, you get to choose how you change the contents of the packs that you open. I know you haven't lost yet, so you haven't got to experience it. Good for you.
I mean, this type of thing is, or after a match, like I'm glad I won, but I'm disappointed I don't get to modify a pack because it is such a cool idea and it does make losing fun and interesting, which is a key for what we're doing, right?
I like losing more than I like winning right now, Johnny. Losing feels good because I get to like tinker. I get to change and I get to like immediately see the effects of that change because it happens on the new pack that you get. Like,
Yeah, that's actually really cool that you get paid off right away.
yeah,
But yeah, in League we all lose 11 times, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Most tournaments you lose twice and you're out.
yeah,
So hanging in there for 11 losses, it's important that there is upside and that it is fun to lose, which is, I think this might be the best ever we've had for a league.
I really like the mechanic. I feel like I've already messed it up a little bit. That's it. It is a complicated mechanic. There's a lot of levers that you can pull and twist in certain directions, right?
Yeah.
Like, so there is a lot of like, how do you want to approach it? I don't think you want to just wing it. Like, I don't think this is that kind of mechanic. I think this is have a plan or at least an idea. Look at the pack. Like, I love looking at the pack generation and seeing how people's packs are being composed and what's coming out of it. Like, that's really interesting.
Yep.
And I just like a lot about it. I like the different slots. I'm excited to see where we go. I'm 2 and 3, so I've been losing, and again, losing feels good. I like changing my pack. I like what's happening. I think it's going to be a great league. I really do.
And one thing I find it's so interesting to think about the options. Like, okay, let me look at the commons in each set.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I like this set more than that set, but well, what about the uncommons if I upgrade a slot? And well, the rares, are a lot different in this set or that set. And
Mm-hmm.
with the bonus sheets, the surveil, the town stuff,
Yeah,
like there's a lot to factor in, and it's so fuzzy.
it really is.
That I think a lot of times something like think of like LCI, where we had the 3 paths to choose.
Mm-hmm.
There, it's like you make one decision, which path do you want to go down?
Yeah.
And I felt like it was pretty clear which path gives you what. But here, it's I have no idea. I
Right.
have no idea which is the right choice. And other people have opinions, but no one is sure, I think.
Yeah. I totally agree, and like it depends on your deck, it depends on what you open, it depends on what you do. This I'll go through my strategy real quick, which is that I'm currently Esper. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be Esper or some form of that most of the way. Blue and black are heavy in the big spells and the surveil slot is what I looked at, but the surveil cards not that good. Um, because it's the standard legal. I opened that and I was like, man, if I open Disinformation Campaign, I'm gonna be doing it. Not it's not in there. It's more modern surveil cards. There's some good stuff in there, but there's not a lot of great stuff. And big spells, there's just a lot of stuff that is also in the surveil sheet, and then more. So
Yeah,
I'm
I mean, sorry, I think the best surveil card was there was removal. That's a
Yeah.
surveil one on it, but it's also on the big
yeah,
spell
it's
sheet.
on big spells.
And otherwise, like surveil, I think there were like 3 cards that I looked at that I saw that I'd be excited to put that in my deck.
Yeah, it's
Where big spells, it's like, well, a lot of removal, white exile effects, black destroy,
Yeah.
whatever the murder, is.
and probably some crazy like 8 7 mana spells in there that I haven't even looked at or I'm not thinking about. But like, yeah, it's just higher ceiling, much higher ceiling in big spells. So I went that path, and I didn't do because I've seen some people do the like, you get as many commons as you start with more commons if you go 2 different things first, HP 1 then magic or something. But I'm rushing that rare slot. I want that rare slot. I want that quality. So we're gonna see. I mean, I'm speed running my losses so far, so we're gonna see how much I can make these packs help me out. But it's cool. It's like you said, there's 1,000 choices about what and where and how, like which slots do you upgrade in your pack, and I don't know. There's a lot to it, really.
Yeah, what's interesting, like upgrading is really committal, I think.
Yeah,
And so it might be worth doing a bunch of level 1s first just to get a bit more of a feel before you lock yourself into I'm cutting out a color or something.
Yeah.
Because that there's no going back from.
exactly, right? Because that's the thing is that happens to me every league. As soon as I go, I'm not playing green. Oh man, it starts flowing like crazy. Like that happened to me in Playground League. I traded away all my green cards and I kept opening green. I was like, I could have been 3 colors with green this whole time, and I could have like not had to have this problem. But you never know. You never know what you're going to open. You don't know what's around that next corner, right?
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, I have trouble evaluating the choices for my deck because my deck right now is just all my black cards, all my white cards, and almost all my artifacts, just because that's what I could get a 2-color deck from.
Yeah.
But the only rare in my pool that's any good is Regalia, which is the vehicle colorless at 4/4 haste.
Yep.
And so I'm not really committed to any color. I'm playing black white, but give me one good blue rare, I'm jumping over. So
Hey.
I have no idea like what to evaluate when I'm looking at the different sets and different paths, because anything.
Yeah, right. Because
is gonna
you're
send me in a direction.
you don't have anything pushing your direction. So like you're gonna have to make almost a blind choice, or a choice that for something you think is going to be helpful later on. But again, there's no wrong choice. You can't really do it unless you're going. I don't know. The speed. I don't know if you want Aether Drift. I don't know that anybody wants Aether Drift. But again, it's out there for the people that do. Like, there's so many cool options, and like, I don't know. It's gonna be just a real fun league. But Johnny, I am struggling, and you are doing well. So please give me some tips. Help me out. I'm doing terrible in draft. If you got draft advice, if you got league advice, this set feels different to me. I like to draft removal heavy decks, and they don't seem to work out. I don't know what's going on. Give me some tips, please.
Yeah, so for league, what I did, I just took the 2 colors that can make a deck, playing every card in those colors, stay 2 colors, and really it's just tapping out and attacking. Like I'm playing like 3 of the rat that dies and makes a treasure.
Sure,
which isn't exciting, but on turn 2, if you can get in a couple times, I'm just really doing that, trying to tap down my opponent's creatures when I can with the curl, the cat that taps things. Really, like nothing special. just playing creatures and attacking. But being slot 2 colors for week 1, I think, is always a big advantage, while someone else is dirtling or mulliganing. So that's what worked for me. In draft, though, it's totally different. And I started pretty hot on the first day. I drafted 6 times and had 5 3-0s, which was great. I'm like, wow, I'm amazing Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
you're
so
the
easy.
best.
But then since then, 10 drafts since then, it's just 2 1s and 1 2s.
Yeah,
But going back to your question, like you said, like removal heavy decks. I think removal in this format is really critical. You have to have it, but you can't use it
you can't.
unless absolutely necessary.
Yeah,
Random creatures you just have to ignore with your removal, and you have to save it for when your opponent plays a bomb. And when they have the bomb, you have to have the removal.
you have to.
Yep. And with like sort of like average creatures, you don't want to spend removal on them because like the way like job select works is any 1/1 can become a threat, and you just have to like I think make trades with that with your creatures and your job selects, and you can't waste a premium removal on that because then a turn later they're just going to re-equip it and then you're just going to get beat down by that.
I feel like I'm never wanting to block in this set. Like I never want to block anything, and then I always lose because I took too much damage. Right, like that seems to be a reoccurring theme for me. It's like I don't want to block anything, but I'm always losing the race. It seems to be what's my issue is. At least in a lot of my matches, I feel.
Yeah, I found like blocking sucks. It's one of the worst things you can do in Magic. I hate blocking. Right? If you're blocking, it's because the opponent attacked because they thought they had a profitable attack.
Right.
So anything you're doing now is going to be bad or worse.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think when you have job select stuff, it's okay to trade those off, and then you'll use your equipment later on. And what I really like about this format is the decisions of like, how do I spend my mana? Yeah. When do I equip? When do I trade? Is it worth trading? My thing that my hero is wearing something that has equip 3 for their hero that has something that has equip 4. I guess I come ahead on mana a little bit, and I find that really intricate. And especially when you're racing, do I want to commit to the board, or do I just want to slap on this equipment I have lying around to get that damage now? And I really like that part of Final Fantasy. I find it really interesting.
It is a really interesting format. I'm torn. I don't know if I love it. I don't know if I dislike it. I can't figure it out because I'm struggling with it. But I like Final Fantasy. It's not terrible. It's definitely not a bad format, right? Like I will say, not a big fan of the bonus sheet, and I'm so happy we're not playing that in League because these League games would be disastrously wild. Like
yeah, you'd have a lot of people just have like matches spoiled and have either League spoiled. If you run into something 2 matches in a row, 3 matches in a row, really easy to get discouraged and demotivated.
I'm looking at like the top 17 lands top cards data, and so many of the top cards are the bonus sheet cards. Like it's crazy to me how many of them are. It's like, the best card in the set's Atraxa or something. It's like, really? It's like Atraxa, Urza. Like these cards are the best cards in Final Fantasy. Like that's not right. That's not what I want to see. Johnny, you've been around. Basically every league, as far as I know. Most leagues, if not every league. You're every league, long time. You got every badge you could. Not only multiple league wins, player of the year, side events like crazy. The list goes on and on and on. But this is our biggest league ever. Was it 209 players? Which do you ever think we'd ever get to plus 200 people in this thing? Like,
no, it's wild.
It's a lot. 200 is a lot of people. What's some advice? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What's some advice you could give to some of the new players out there? Because there's a lot of them, and a lot of them, this is their first league, their first 60 card deck, their first, mechanic to try and deal with, their first time even using Discord for a lot of people. Like what advice do you have for all these new players?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to have fun, and if you're having fun, doesn't matter if you won or lost because you had fun. And it's also important to, I think, temper your expectations. We have, it's a unique format. So anytime you're doing something for the first time, You're gonna make mistakes. You're not gonna get it. Specifically, there might be things like splashing in a 60 card deck is much different than splashing in a 40 card deck.
Mm-hmm.
So how you approach that is different. But then there's things like planning punishment packs where you have to pick a track.
Yeah.
If you've never opened a punishment pack ever before, right? You have no concept on or how your deck develops over time.
Yeah.
And I think it's really hard to project that if you're just used to playing sealed or you get 6 packs and that's your deck.
Uh-huh.
So people are going to, I think, get that wrong. And then, of course, we have very high level of competition here, a lot of strong players.
Yes.
And it's normal, it's much more difficult than like the arena queues or things like the Arena Open. And so if someone coming in might think they're hot shit, and then there's a lot of players here who will show them otherwise.
Yeah, you'll get humbled real quick in the queue.
And then with 200 people in the standings, like you have to have impeccable performance to be visible on the first page of the spreadsheet. One mistake in one game costs you that game. Losing that game costs you that match.
Yeah,
losing that match drops you like 40 places in the standings.
Yeah, we've all been there, looking in at top 8, going, if I would have won that one match that I threw away in week 1 because I clicked the wrong thing or did the dumb play. We've all been there, right? Like it's
exactly.
You have to play well for every game. You have to play. You can't mess up for 6 weeks really to like do well in one of these things.
It's a gauntlet.
Yeah, that's why it has the name. And to your point of like the competition, it is so tough, and it's only getting tougher. Like the more people, we used to joke that like, yeah, the new players, they're easy pickings. These new players come in and they're like, yeah, I played in a pro tour 2 months ago, and you're like, oh wait, who are these people? And people are like, oh, we got this pro in here now, or whatever. Like the new players aren't just fish in a barrel these days. Like they're very good, very great Magic players that are just coming in and like stomping us down. Travis C, random jobber, just one, just
for sure. He stood out to me a lot. He's a very strong player, and 5-0 start for Final Fantasy, right
exactly,
up there.
Right up there again. Joseph, not Sham, who it was a mentor of mine a few leagues ago, and one of the things I kept trying to tell him was like, you're gonna lose. Like, don't feel bad when you lose. Competition in here is tough, and he struggled for a couple of leagues with not doing well. He's 5-0 in the standings right now because he stuck with it and he didn't get beat down by the losses. And like, so proud and happy for him to see his name up there. Like, awesome. It's awesome. But
and that's actually another thing. Kind of going back to we play until 11 losses. If you're used to just playing drafts on Arena or drafts or FNM where it's 3 rounds and then you move on, the experience with the deck with losing is so much different, where I lost twice, I'll just drop the last round and then move on. You're like, no, you're stuck with that deck.
Yeah.
You got a lot more losing to do. You don't get to quit after 2 hours.
No, yeah. You got weeks of this thing. And like some people turn it around, some people flame out. Like there's lots of different paths and avenues to take. So, it's like I always say, like, don't tilt. Once I start losing a couple of games in a row, I take a break. Don't get tilted, don't get salty. And like, don't be afraid to ask for help. It's a big server, and people want to talk Magic. That's all anybody on here wants to do is talk Magic. If you post your deck, someone's going to have something to say about it. Well, we got 1,000 questions for you, Johnny. Are you ready for your league questions?
Hit me.
All right. First one, Raphael F. Prudent. What's your favorite board game?
Yeah, these days it's Dune. And so Dune, like the original version from the 70s, great game, 6-player war game. Everyone has unique player powers, and I think this was maybe one of the first games to do that. If you're playing the Fremen, it's different than if you're playing the Harkonnen. But it's a game that has a lot of rough edges. The original version, the rules are a mess, where there's like rules and then optional rules and then advanced rules, and then some of the rules are on the player aid, and some of the rules are on each player's personal player shield. And then one of the guys at the table says, well, I like to play with the expansion rules. But recently, a couple years ago, there was a reprint of it where they cleaned so much of that stuff up, and the game is plays so much better and so much smoother.
Cool.
So these days, if I'm organizing a game day, it's going to be Dune.
Dune, that's awesome. I didn't know that there was a popular Dune board game out there. Sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Jeremy E. Laura Goif. I know you're good friends with Jeremy, and I'm like, oh, who doesn't love Jeremy? He would love to know, what is your Mount Rushmore of side events? So what, top 4? Is that what it is? 4 favorite fantasy real side events for you?
Yeah. Okay. The first one, the George Washington, the founding father, the number one is was like Chaos Brawl event that we ran. If the league's just turned 5 years old, this event must be 4 years and 9 months ago or something. Where I think we were just about 8 people, and we did. So it was Chaos Brawl, but it was before. It was like our first big side event. So it was, everything was totally new, figuring out how to do it. We actually ran on a different server. And this is pre-Booster Tutor. Wow. So to make packs, you had to like take every card on Arena, put them in a spreadsheet, set up the spreadsheet to like pick the random cards for different slots, and figuring it all out from scratch. You're not having any sort of base to work off of.
Yeah.
Or right now, when we do a big side event, I'll just copy the sheet from last time and use that. We made it work. Chris York called the packs Uncle Johnny's Wacky Packs, like custom chaos spreadsheet packs. So that's number 1.
Cool. That's awesome.
Way back in the day. Then Shattered Tribes is up there.
Okay,
that
sounds familiar.
It was a mini league we did using a custom set that Andrew A. Mapu Dofu made.
Mm-hmm.
So we put together custom set flash cubes specifically for an event, and I think this was the first mini league. We did the normal punishment packs, starting pool, play for 2 or 3 weeks, kind of thing. And the event, it was great to have a custom set that worked perfectly, and it kind of set off a series of other mini leagues that we followed with afterwards. So It was definitely a pioneer. Then Total Chaos Decathlon,
loved it,
which was chaos and was a ton of fun. That was the peak of the Matcherino era, where it pumped hundreds of thousands of gems into the server.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Which was great. Hopefully that funded some people's Arena Opens and Arena Directs and Infinite Drafts.
Yeah.
And I think that's when Steve maybe started getting involved with helping with some of the back end, and maybe was like led to him joining league committee. Maybe
could be. Steve won that event too.
Yeah.
So way to go, Steve.
And I actually shout out Steve for all the amazing work he's been doing, and Final Fantasy, going back to the packs, like the presentation of them is so good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one thing to come up with a cool idea, like, hey, let's have custom packs. It's another thing to actually make it work and make it happen. And
you haven't lost yet, but the losing interface when you select your stuff is super clean and perfect and great. Like it's really nice. Again, all the automations and stuff, it only gets better and better and better. And I have no idea how hard it is to do those things. So thank you, Steve.
Yeah. And so then number 4 on Mount Rushmore, I think, is a newer entry, and that's going to be Fantasy Magic Ball.
Another good one.
And season 2 is in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Maybe August or September, depending on Arena's release schedule and our league schedule.
Sure.
And that one, I think, just because of like a weird concept of like, okay, what's fantasy football in league form? And just like that sort of like thematic element of it, of like approaching things totally different than how we've done anything else.
That thing was so fun and so cool with like the different cards on bye week, depending on what letter they started with, and all the trading you had to do beforehand to like get a coherent deck. But knowing you couldn't play some of those cards at certain times was it was just so fun and so cool.
So that's the Mount Rushmore.
That's four. That's all four. Wonderful. Which president was that last one?
I don't know who's on Mount Rushmore besides Washington.
Evan C. Piece of Crab would love to know. Doesn't have to be in Magic, but do you have your heart or mind set on accomplishing any particular thing in the world of gaming in the current moment? Could be as simple as finishing a Final Fantasy game you picked up or the like.
I have a cube that I'd like to put together that I have planned out. I just need to go through stacks of cards and a physical cube.
Nice.
I don't know if you can see behind me, like the stack of boxes.
I see a stack.
A bookshelf filled with cards. It's very daunting, and I've made a lot of arena cubes because it's really easy.
Yeah.
Click add, and it's a lot harder to go through thousands of cards. So,
what's the theme of this cube, or what makes this cube so exciting for you to want to build it?
It's a bar cube, which is a cube that's like super stripped down and simplified, with like no tokens, no counters, no weird tracking mechanics like day and night. Just you're playing cards.
I love it. Keep it simple, stupid. Right? That's what we want. Richard K. Preacher, most expensive meal you've ever paid for?
So I don't really eat out that much, and when I do, it's a sandwich. So I think it might be about $100 for two people at Tacos and Margaritas, which is a Mexican place that opened up in the area last year, and the name is exactly what it is. It's tacos and margaritas, and tacos aren't that expensive, but once you add 2, 3, maybe 4 margaritas per person, it adds up.
It sounds wonderful. Yeah. It really does. Kevin Ackney, 1993, the Songmaster. If Montreal were a Magic character, who would describe it, or who would it be?
Okay, so might not be the right person for that question, but I'm going to go with Jaya Ballard.
Okay.
So Jaya used to be doesn't have little very witty, but still kind of badass. Used to be hot shit, back in the day. Now a little past her prime, but still around, still kicking, still has still kind of cool and has a bit of cachet.
Yeah.
But has been passed by a little bit, and still fun, and maybe red is the right color. Passion.
I love it. Yeah, and you got those cool goggles hanging out, right? Good. You got good attire. Next question from Caleb G. Why not? What are you looking forward to at AGL Con 2, North America? I'm
looking forward to meeting Caleb. Looking forward to meeting you. Looking forward to meeting everyone else.
It's gonna be great.
Just like in person, 5 minutes in person is worth more than 5 years online. Just want to shake everyone's hand and get to know you all.
I get to get beat by Johnny in person. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah, that is part of it. That's part of it. Like Richard stomped the heck out of me. But hey, I think maybe I beat Zach C. Carr one time. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a bunch of Magic and just have like a great weekend together. It's gonna be awesome, man.
Yeah, getting a real sense of everyone, and we're just playing online, playing cards online. That's you're dealing with the screen. It's not the same as when you're in person and you see how they play and their techniques and their actual behavior, and
who's slapping those cards around in their hand, who's table talking. Raph's going to be the loudest guy at the table. I guarantee it. Lot. Describe your perfect day.
Okay, perfect day. Definitely has to be a day taken off work to really get it to feel special. Probably sleep in, maybe putz around in the morning, maybe like do a draft as I'm waking up,
I love
getting
that.
ready to go. Afternoon, it's a nice sunny day. Head to the park, play some disc golf. Maybe in the middle of the round or after the round, get a sandwich, smoked meat, porchetta, maybe a Vietnamese sub.
Ooh.
Late afternoon, evenings, hang out with my wife. This time of year, there's a lot of geese in town.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe head down to the river and get a spot near the geese with all the like tons of goslings who are super cute, and just have a little like grocery store picnic, a couple drinks, and yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty perfect day to me.
Sounds wonderful.
Keep it
Sounds
simple, relaxed.
Watch out for those geese, though. I hear they can be a little violent sometimes.
They can be mean, yeah, that's for sure.
Our next question from Damien S. Butt Crack Magic. What is the meaning of playing card games for pleasure?
What's the meaning of that question?
I don't know. It's a Damien question. Damien always asks the weirdest things, but you gotta love him.
Yeah, I guess the meaning is I don't know. I guess there's all kinds of meaning. You know, you get to socialize, you get to know people, get to meet people, make friends, get to have fun, get to challenge yourself, get to test yourself against other people, get to explore ideas, and I don't know, test hypotheses of, you know, is this deck going to work? I don't know. Let's find out. I guess that's the meaning of it.
I love it. You can't stump us, Damien. I don't care how hard you try. Ryan D, the Slickness. Welcome back, Ryan. So happy to have Ryan back, even though it means I'm going to get stomped by him at some point this league. Pretty open-ended question, but he'd love to hear something about your life outside of Magic.
Okay. So an alternate version of my perfect day, if we go back to the other question, one thing that I've lined up that I'd really like to do in the next couple of weeks, head down to the river there's like another on the other side of the river near here. It's like a little remote area where there's not really anyone around. And in the past, I used to do it once a year. It's been a couple of years since the last time. Let's go down and just collect driftwood and make some kind of sculpture with driftwood. Bring a hammer, nails, and find cool pieces of wood and imagine what they could be and put them together and turn them into something. And I don't have much of an artistic side, but I've been able to express a little bit of it in that way in the past. And hopefully I have a perfect day coming up in the next couple of weeks where that's how it's spent.
I love it. And I want to see one of these driftwood you put together. That sounds so cool. What a fun hobby to have. Making art out of the things you find around you. I think that is so cool. Chris York would love to know, if we did a Shadow LC League concept again, but only consisting of XLC members this time around, what kind of tournament would you be most excited to pitch?
I mean, Chris York knows the answer to that, and it's a Chandelar League, which has been both his and my holy grail of leagues, the Shangri-La, what all our leagues aspire to be.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's something that, you know, I've explored the idea a bunch, but there's always the issue of, well, how do we actually do it?
Yeah.
I like going back to it's easy to have the idea. It's a lot harder to execute it. But every time we do something new in League, I always see it as that's another step towards Chandelar League. For example, you have something like, well, custom packs from Final Fantasy is a step towards that. In Bloomburrow, having different options after you lose, that's kind of a step towards that. Having the store in OTJ, that kind of could work into that idea. And so we have all these little pieces that are building up Even trading in Playground League of single cards coming in and out of your pool. That's part of it. So maybe one day we'll get something like that.
That's cool. I love that every time something comes out, you go, yes, one more check off the list. Yes. Last question. We're getting almost short on time. But Joaquini, Diabolic Machine, how did you get into Brawl? And do you just brew jank or hop into the queue for fun? You're a big Brawl guy.
Yeah, I just started playing it and liked it. That's all it took compared to other constructed formats on Arena. I find it more fun, more interesting. I think the secret to Brawl is that they do pairings based on deck strength. Mm-hmm. And so the strongest decks play against the other strongest decks. And if you're playing pure jank, you'll probably get paired against someone else playing pure jank.
Oh, cool.
And that takes off some of the competitive part of it. Or any other format, you kind of have to play the best thing, or you're just getting crushed by other people playing the best thing. That's not the case in Brawl, which allows for more fun and more creativity and more experimentation and more do whatever you want to do and not do what's one of the top, meta decks.
Oh, who is your favorite commander right now?
So it's the Saheeli from Aether Drift Commander. I don't know the full card name, but it's a Temur Energy Commander. And energy is one of my favorite mechanics in the game. So it's just a lot of fun to figure out how to put everything together. And this card in particular has, at the beginning of your combat, you pay 3 energy to make a 5/5 haste token copy of any permanent you control. And I don't know, it just creates a lot of interesting decision making and trying to figure out how to win games. Ton of fun.
Yeah, energy is a real fun mechanic. I always like it when it comes along because you can always do some real fun stuff with energy. Like all of a sudden you get to like 10, 20 energy and your cards start going like, oh, look, I can do these fun little like storm combos almost or something.
Exactly,
yeah. It's a real good time. And you can play the command, or go ahead.
It's a little tough in Brawl because cards are singleton. So it's like I have every good Modern Horizons 3 energy card.
Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of Kaladesh commons.
At least you get to play 3 colors, though. I'm sure that helps a little bit. And it's not often you get to play with one of the weird commander decks, right? Or commanders, right? Like a lot of times they're, especially on Arena. I feel like a lot of those times, like those took a while to start coming in, but that's fun too.
Yeah, it's cool that they have been adding those in. Even the Final Fantasy bonus sheet, which has had a lot of criticism. Mm-hmm. For Brawl, it's nice. There's a bunch of partner commanders that you can experiment with. I've been playing around with Eminence deck with like the thing that makes wizard copies from your command zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember I saw that card. I was like, why am I reading Command Zone on this draft card? But I'm glad they're out there. I'm glad they're helping out the Brawl community. Johnny, that's gonna do it for the show. Thanks so much for coming on. I always love getting you on. Again, I could get you on once a month if I could. If I didn't think that it would be too much, I would, because you've always got something great happening in the server, and you're always a joy to talk to. Like you're one of my favorites, and I can't wait to meet you next month. Like it's gonna be a highlight. It's just being able to say I got to meet Johnny M. Johnny. Like
the feeling's mutual. A lot of fun coming on and talking to you, and yeah.
Hey, and keep it up.
Forward to next week.
5-0 start. Keep it up, man. I don't want you to lose, but I do want you to enjoy this mechanic because it's a fun one, and that's the downside. Is you got to lose a little bit. Someone asked me, they're like, why is everybody that's doing so well in Onion Knight? Like, what does that mean? I'm like, oh, it just means they haven't really lost either. they haven't got that having a fun new pack added to their pool.
There's times when you have a pool and you're like, all right, this pool's great. I'm going to take it all the way.
Yeah,
my pool's not that, so I'm sure week 2 I'll get to customize my pack quite a bit.
Oh, I'll be looking to see what you end up doing, and good luck out there, Johnny. And hey, I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon.
Again, Johnny's the best. I love talking to Johnny. I could talk to him every day. He is so fun. He's so cool and calm and collected. And what a great Magic player he is. And I got to play in a lot of those side events he listed off, so I feel pretty lucky that I got to be in a few of Johnny's Mount Rushmore side events, and honestly, I'm lucky just to have Johnny come on the show and talk to me for a bit, because he's just that wonderful and that great. What a wonderful member of our community. Like I said, Player of the Year, League winner, MKM All-Star Puzzle Guru. Just one of the best. And I tip my cap, and I can't thank him enough for coming on the show and talking to me a little bit. And I hope you're out there enjoying fantasy. And I hope you're out there enjoying Final Fantasy League. It looks like it's been a fun one. Get your plan together for your packs. You want to have a plan. You want to know what you're doing. Keep your eyes peeled for those new side events that are coming out. And come watch me, your boy, Goku, playing the Mega Draft this weekend, 5 p.m. Eastern. Watch me draft a deck and maybe try not to embarrass myself on a big stage for the first time in a long time. Until then, we'll see everybody here next week for Final Fantasy Week 2. And I hope you get to keep a good 7. That's what it's all about. That's what you need to do. And I hope that Shuffler's in your favor, because you might be opening up that big spell slot, but you got to draw those big spells. They got to come into your hand for them to matter. And until then, I guess this is going home.